Hello everyone. In this part we'll discuss about sound, its production and propagation. So sound is a form of energy. All of you know very well about that. Then how is the sound produced or how it propagates, how it travels from one part to another part. Let's see about it. So sound is a form of energy and it is produced by the vibrating air molecules. Okay? Or sound is produced when there is vibration. Without vibration sound cannot be produced. So if this sound is produced and something is vibrating, so let's see what happens when anything vibrates. Let here be a particles. Okay, if this particle is vibrating, okay, if this particle is vibrating, what will happen to it? It will move towards this direction, again come back to here, again in this direction. Okay, so the particle will be here and here, right? How does the vibration happens? Like this. Okay, so in this vibration sound is produced as a result of this one. Okay, so how can we represent it in two dimensional? Just like, look, here I made this diagram to make you understand, but exactly what happens? Let the particle is here, what will happen? It will move only like this only. Okay, so we can represent it in two dimensional sheet. How? Let this line be a the mean position. If it is going up, okay, back and forth we can say, or up and down here, so the particle is initially at this position and gradually it will move upside, again it will come back to mean position, again it will come to the another side, and this thing will continue. Okay, so here this is the diagrammatic representation of a wave, and this position is known as what? Mean position. This position is what? Mean position, and these two are extreme position. What? Extreme position. Okay, this one and also this one. Okay, and if the particle is vibrating from its mean position, the maximum height, or this extreme position is known as what? Crest, and this extreme position is known as drop. Huh. Okay, so that's about a wave. Now sound is produced only as a result of vibration. Okay, and in class 7 also we have discussed that vibration is back and forth motion of an object. Back and forth motion, it will come forward, again mean position, again come to backward, like this. So depending upon the vibration sound is produced, means in every case of sound there is vibration. Okay, let's see few objects or instruments production of sound through vibration. Here look at this drum. Okay, in this drum there is a membrane that vibrates. There is a circular membrane, right? This one. And in the guitar the strings are there, we make them vibrate and they produce sound. In case of tuning fork, the prong vibrates. Look at the diagram here. Initially it was at this position, it comes to this way and again come back to this way, so it is vibrating like this and produce sound. Okay, here are also some musical instrument, just you can have a look here. What? Like guitar, harmonium, or many other instruments are here, in which the string is the vibrating part and produce sound. In what instruments like your what flute and all these things, what the vibrating part is air. How the air vibrates or the blow of air, when we blow air into this, what happens? Vibration occurs and sound is produced. How it happens here? Let's see. Suppose I'm making, yeah, all these type of instruments have some pipe like stuff, so let it be like this. From this part, the air is blown. Okay, From this part, air is blown into the pipe, and this air doesn't come straight. Okay, so what will happen to the air? The air will strike to both the walls like this. Okay, and as a result of this, there will be vibration between air and the walls of the instrument here. Okay, and when it will come out, it will come with some sound. Okay, I think some of you must have felt it also. Like what? If you know how to play your flute or anything, we blow air into them, then only they produce sound. Next, here a percussion is there that vibrates to produce sound. Okay, then how do humans produce sound? Look at this one. You may take the screenshot for better understanding. So there is a structure in our throat known as larynx, or simply voice box. Okay, in voice box, what is the function of it? Okay, before that, you may speak something and touch your throat. Okay, then you can feel the vibration on your throat. Something is vibrating inside the throat. Okay, and also that vibration is only responsible for the production of sound, as you know very well about it. So how does the vibration occurs and how we can produce sound? Let's see in detail. So inside our body there is what? Lungs, and these lungs pump out the air, and that air comes to our what? Windpipe. Okay, so windpipe, after coming to this windpipe, what happens? The larynx has two vocal cord here. These are the two vocal cords. One is this one and this one. These two are vocal cord, and in between the vocal cord there is a space, or you can say slit. This space, this is known as what? Slit. Okay, and the air that comes to the windpipe pass out through the slit and comes out our mouth. Okay, and also here I will say, while speaking, bring one or two finger of yours to the opening of your mouth. You may feel the what? Flow of air. The air is flowing or coming out of the body. Okay, means that air is coming from the lungs, then to the windpipe, from windpipe to slit, and now the main things happen. Listen carefully. Now the air is at the slit, and with the vocal cord there are some muscles attached to it. Okay, known as what? Vocal muscles, we can say. Okay, these vocal muscles are attached to vocal cord, and if air will flow through it or through the slit, what will happen? The vocal muscle is close to it, right? So they will vibrate. If the vocal muscle will vibrate, the vocal cord will vibrate, and if the vocal cord vibrate, sound will be produced. Okay, now how does the production of sound depend on these vocal muscles, or you can say vocal seat also, right? How? And the vocal cord and vocal muscle, both of these, here the vocal cord have different length, in case of male it is 20 mm, and in female it is 15 mm, and in child it is very short. Child, very short. Note it down. In male the vocal cord is 20 mm, 20 millimeter. In female it is 15 millimeter, and in child it is very short. And the quality and type of sound produced by some person depends on the length of the vocal cord. That's why you must have observed that the voice quality and type of small boys, small children, and adult males and females are different. You can very well know that all the individual in the universe have some unique voice. because their length of vocal cord and their everything is different. Clear to everyone? I hope here you got the detailed idea about the production of sound. Again, I would like to say, for better understanding, you can take the screenshot from here. Next, propagation of sound. Propagation of sound means how does the sound travels. Okay, so now up to this point we discussed about the production of sound, how sound is produced. Means behind the sound production, in every situation there is vibration. Okay, if vibration occurs, let me take a small or simple example, any tuning fork or anything. Okay, let it be this tuning fork. Okay, so if you will strike this tuning fork with something, then this prong will vibrate, right? So if this prong will vibrate, what will happen? Close to it there are air molecules. Okay, here is a molecule, here is molecule, so molecules are close to it. So how this sound will come to, we can say, any direction. How it will come? Let, if the this prong is vibrating, okay, so it will what be like this, and it will affect the first particle. Okay, after getting some energy from the prong, this first particle will start vibrating to and fro. Okay, and the effect will come to the second particle. Now this particle will vibrate and it will come in contact with this third one, and subsequently this process will go on from this to this to this to this, and in this way the sound propagates, okay, in the form of wave, right? So this was in case of what? Air. Clear? So when these particles are vibrating, in some case what will happen, let these are the particles, okay, and when these particles come to in contact with this one, what will happen? These two particles will be very close to each other. Then for fraction of time there will be a larger space. Again these two particles will come in contact very close to each other. Like this, some particle will be close, and means here what I am saying is, here two, for a particular area the particles are densely present, here particles are very rarely present, here again density, here again rare, again density. Okay, so what is happening? What is happening here is, look, here we use two things or two words, compression and rarefaction. Look at this. Rarefaction means here the particles are compressed, here the particular compressed means densely present, here the particular not compressed. So this area is known as compression, and the area where the density is very less is called rarefaction. Remember these two words, compression and rarefaction. Clear? I hope you got the concept about how the sound propagates. Okay, look here, membrane will come backward, it will again come forward, and in this way compression and rarefaction are produced alternately. Okay, remember, compression and rarefaction are produced alternately. So like this, the yellow band are compression and the pink or red band are rarefaction. Alternately they are produced. Next, how sound travels. Look, here again I will say what, that there are three states of matter. What are they? solid, liquid and gas, solid, liquid and gas. So in which medium the speed of sound is more or less out of these three, solid, liquid or gas? You know, sound is produced by vibration and it propagates because of vibration also. And in out of these three states, solid, liquid and gas, the denser the particle is, faster sound will travel. So in case of solid, you can very easily say that the particles are very close to each other, right? In solid, the particles are very close to each other, but in case of liquid, they are quite apart from each other, and in gas, they are very, very apart from each other. So now you tell me, pause the video and tell me what, in which case vibration will be more, solid, liquid or gas? Co- Please write in the comment section by pausing the video. Okay, let me tell you. In case of solid, what, the particles are close to each other, so definitely they will vibrate with a faster rate. In liquid, they are quite loose, so the vibration will be less than solid. Okay, and in gas, they are very far away from each other, so the speed will least. Okay, so sound travel faster in solid and slowest in gas, and in middle in liquid. Okay, so we can say here, speed of sound is solid greater than liquid than gas. Okay, here you can understand this one. Look at the point also here. Sound travels 4 times faster in water than air. In air, let what the speed of sound is. In case of air, or we can say gas, it is what, x. In liquid, it will be 4x, 4 times more. In case of solid, it will be 13x. So from this discussion, what we can conclude is that sound travel faster in solid and slowest in liquid. I hope you got the concept clear. I hope you understood the thing completely.